I think Glow was probably the most important thing Mount Fiji ever did, because she created a character that was loved and respected by the fans as well as her co-wrestlers.
Everything I've done, I'm very proud of, because when I look back, I go, there's nobody that could have done that kind of role.
And she slams it to the mat. Incredible, that's over 350 pounds. Anyone else would need a crane to lift her.
The Mount Fiji character, that was a big diamond that was shining bright for me on the top of the mountain. And I've been to the top of the mountain. I've like dropped back right now, just for a little bit.
Her life after Glow was difficult, and she suffered a lot, emotionally, mentally, physically. She's in a nursing home. She's been in a nursing home for years.
Came to the rescue, Charles.
Way too much on the same thing, okay? I'm gonna pull a sheet, okay?
Okay.
Ready? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Oh, thank God. Bless your heart. Oh.
Well, from what I understand about Fiji now, she has very bad knees, and the weight has been a real issue for her, and I think she may have diabetes too. Many people from their weight get diabetes. Thank God I never did. I don't think she regularly worked out, you know, and I always have, so I don't know if that's a difference or not.
I mean, wrestling is a serious, you can get really injured. I mean, most of the injuries, you do it to yourself in a way.
Wrestling is probably not the best thing for a woman's body. It doesn't mean that women can't do it and do it really well, but you're getting hit by a car every day.
And here's where a lot of the injuries come. What I found out a lot is that most of them like to reach over, and they don't believe that their butt can go over their head and they're going to be safe. So they like to arch and try not to. They wrestle the move. They don't accept it.
I got injured in the ring, and I couldn't wrestle anymore. Both of my shoulders, I have torn rotator cuffs. I totally lost my ACL ligament in my right knee, but that wasn't from a fall. That was from the mats not put together correctly at the time on match day.
And the paramedics make their way back to the ring, by this time to tend to the fallen dancing girl.
The ring wasn't a standard wrestling ring. It was plywood with carpet foam, and the edges of the ring weren't covered. And I caught my knee on the edge of that plywood, and I tore my meniscus and my ACL.
Oh, a devastating big splash!
I didn't want to get fired, and I just sat there and I was in agony.
There's no way to fight without really fighting. I've never found out how to do that. I mean, we had to connect. We had audience on 4 sides. If you didn't connect, they'd start chanting bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit. And it doesn't make for good television with an entire room of people chanting that.
There was pushing and more pushing, you know, of like, do bigger, do better.
The crowd would be out there chanting and going, you know, break her arm, but anybody that's seen the footage of Susie Spirit's arm coming out, I mean, they replayed it a million times. Nobody wanted that to happen.
There it is, the bone that was torn from its socket, and this is the incident that caused it. The headhunter pushing that right leg into Susie Spirit's right arm and pinning it back, tearing and shredding that elbow. It's awful.
It was just as much my fault as it was Bobby's fault. I jumped over her, went to grab the outside of her legs. She stumbled, and when she fell, it pushed my arm backwards. So I tore the tendon off. And it was actually laying there on the mat, and I had to pick it up. The doctor came in, and I thought, oh, could you just put my elbow back in, because I have to go to work tonight. And he said, no. We're going to set your arm, and then we're going to put you in a cast, and it's going to be about 6 to 8 weeks. Well, then I needed the Demerol. I was okay with the injury, and I was okay with it healing, but I was not okay with it taking 6 to 8 weeks. And I think the rush of everything and it really being reality and not just another part of the script started to sink in.
I always felt I needed to do the big moves along with the little girls. I felt I should show them that anything can be done, and I did, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't realize the impact it would have on my spine. You don't know when you turn 50 what's going to happen. You know, and I didn't get famous till I was 35, and that's when you should be retiring. There's many times when I've questioned, why am I doing this? Because it is insanity. You get a lot of kudos from the audience, and it really amps you up and gets your adrenaline going, and you think you're superhuman. And then, of course, I was always a daredevil and had to prove I'm superhuman. I would jump from the top ropes right onto the cement, and, you know, I've always been 250, 300 pounds. That's a lot of weight. Gravity takes its toll. I questioned myself so many times why I continued to do this, and I still loved it no matter what.
You have challenged Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And he didn't wrestle you.
Hulk Hogan, I've challenged him. I've written letters to the World Wrestling Federation. I've challenged him and the Moolah and all those so-called wimps who hide whenever I'm around. I'll challenge any man, woman, or beast in the ring. Right here, right now, anywhere, anytime.
I was forced to retire in 1996, and I was 50. So I lasted until I was 50, and they had to take me out, you know, crying and force me out. The only way they could force me out was because my feet went bad. And I had 2 toes amputated from my right foot. So I have this peripheral neuropathy thing, and I can lose my balance and fall. So that's not too good as a wrestler, although it might be good for my opponents. But I never really have retired. I mean, because my husband and I started producing private wrestling tapes. And so I was directing and training still. I can still wrestle if I'm on my hands and knees. And just at Christmas time, I delivered a slamagram to a senior citizen here where I live. So I don't know if they'll ever take it out of me. It just comes in different forms now, you know.
As much as I loved it, it hurt. I mean, it was painful. It was emotionally draining. Because honestly, you had to be pushed past your physical limits of what you could normally do.
Unfortunately, in the industry, lots of times women get hired just because they're pretty. And they, you know, might have been more inclined to succeed in a modeling world or a modeling industry. And then they get thrown into this world, and the first thing that happens to them is they get caught. They get bit by the bug. They want to wrestle. But it takes a different kind of weirdo, you know, that enjoys that kind of tomboy activity. It's not cut out for all of us.
You know, you had a group of 20 and 21-year-olds, you know, young ingenue types that, you know, really hadn't been out there, either in the wrestling world or in film and television. And, you know, they're looking for an opportunity. They don't want to piss anybody off. They kind of want to just, you know, try to play by the rules, you know, somewhat, and try to make a career for themselves.
Some of them were just scared. You know, they didn't know where they were going. They didn't know if Glow was going to lead to another job for them. They didn't see how they were going to parlay this into their next adventure in life. And I don't think that there was really any guidance on that with Glow.
It sure was an exciting 100 shows.
Well, I don't think there are many people going to forget the gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
No, they really deserve the tribute.
After all, 100 shows, 4 years. I have a feeling this is the end of a beautiful friendship.
At the end of Glow's run, you know, it was very successful. We were going into our 5th year. The ratings were through the roof. We were, you know, pretty much at our zenith. And what happened was the man, Mr. Rickless, who owned the Riviera Hotel and was the primary investor, decided to pull, you know, his money out of the project for personal reasons. I think there may have been some issues in his marriage, whatever, that conflicted with him, you know, pursuing Glow.
I heard a nasty little rumor that the reason why it stopped was because Meshulam Riklis's wife, Pia Zadora, said, "You better stop the show or I'm divorcing you." Because he liked to play with the girls, and she was mad. So he stopped the show. Kabosh, boom, over.
We talked about doing some other things, like maybe doing live shows and that sort of thing after it ended.
David McLean thought he could do it by himself, didn't think he needed Matt Cimber, and found out that no, they couldn't do it. They couldn't make it work without Matt Cimber.
They couldn't agree. They tried to get it going again, some of them, and nothing happened. It just fell apart.
We were told that maybe we would be getting calls back, but no one could say when.
We were never notified that there was no more Glow. The phone didn't ring, and the phone didn't ring, and the phone didn't ring. So we never had that moment of like, oh my God, this is the last time I'm gonna see you. This is gonna be my last match. It wasn't like that. There was really no closure.
I was really sad. No going away party, no explanation, no canceling from the stations. I was brokenhearted because I was so much in love with Matt Cimber, the director. And the things that I know now, I can tell it to his face and just laugh about it and say, do you know I had a crush on you and I loved you? I would say it to him. Life is too short, you know. Life is too short. And if you got something to say to somebody, tell it right there, because you never know, you might not get another chance to say it. So if I saw him again, I would say, do you know you made my heart pitter-patter?
It's unfortunate, you know, that like life happens and everybody kind of parts ways.
There were a lot of women there that were just in the same boat that we were, you know, wanted to act, were a little bit scared.
We became like a little family, really, really. I mean, you could laugh and joke and cry, and it was, yeah.
I think a lot of us didn't really appreciate it until years later. You know, you think then about the love we all had for each other and the sisterhood and the camaraderie. When we were in the thick of it, it was just the day-to-day struggle of doing it and getting through it.
I think about Glow all the time. It was a sisterhood, you know, it was. Even though through all the thick and thin, what have you, but it was great. It was great. It was a great experience for all of us, yeah. It's like, it's like for the past 15 years, it's been a missing part of me. Like that piece of the puzzle has been taken out and it needs to be replaced back in. And I worry about them. Where are they? Are they eating? Are they doing okay? How's their family? What are they up to, you know? I want to thank them in person, in my own words, for making me shine, for making me be the star of that show, the star of Glow. You know, when people tell me I'm the icon, I say thank you, but there were 35 others in that show. But I want to, you know, pledge to them that how much I love them, and I thank them, and I'll be indebted to them forever.
We are the only all-female wrestling show that's ever been. As far as I know, the only thing I've ever seen. And I think we made a very important contribution to society altogether, and I'd like everyone to get their credit for that.
I think, for me, Fiji, I heard physically isn't doing well. And I'm not sure what the stories are of everybody else. I have great stories because I feel like I had a really blessed life after Glow. And I just want to hear, the other wrestlers say the same thing. I just want to know that things are good for them.
Hey, looks good. Wow, nice. Hi, I like the pink.
Yes?
Yeah, that's very nice. Very appropriate. These are both pretty too. Nice.
It's been over 20 years since I've seen these girls. This is something I've kind of dreamed about. I didn't realize it was going to turn into a reality. They were so excited when they heard that we were connecting again.
This reunion, I'm just so hyped. I'm so excited about it. I'm gonna go in a day early so that I can get to spend a little extra time with them.
Little Egypt actually called me and said there was going to be a reunion. Now, I hadn't talked to Little Egypt in 20-some years, and I said, I need to think about this. Give me a couple of days, I'll get back to you. Because I separated into two categories, okay? There's the girls who were like sorority sisters. But then all of a sudden you've got the production side of it, and there were one or two people on the production side that I absolutely adored. But there were others that made me think twice. Like, do I really want to subject myself, to possibly running into them again?
Actually, when I saw Matt, I was surprised that he was so quiet. I don't know what he seemed a little reserved, to tell you the truth.
You remember him, that dirty old Italian.
Yeah, let's go get McKenna.
After I really thought long and hard about it, I realized that I got out of it what I wanted. I wanted a career in film and television. Glow launched me. I continued. I shouldn't have any qualms about that.
Hey, you haven't changed a bit.
It told me he was proud of his work and that he cared about the show enough to show up. Regardless of what he was feeling or what he might have thought, he got there and he was there for the girls. And I think he was especially there for Mount Fiji. I don't think he wanted to let her down.
I'm so anxious, sis, to be, to go into this gathering because I haven't seen most of these girls, I'd say about 15 years. So to see them all again, and I don't want to cry. I'm gonna have this hanky you gave me for my lipstick, but I'm gonna use it for my tears. It'll be tears of joy, not tears of sadness. You know what? When we enter, I'm gonna go like this. Let's see if I stick to my words. And I'll see all the girls and whoever's there go, hello, darling, how are you? Where's the food? I came for a luau.
When she comes in, takes a look around the room, and sees 40 people, maybe, standing there. Now, granted, we all look a little bit different. It might take her a while, but if she focuses slowly on each one of us, she might actually be able to recognize us.
I think it's going to be huge for Mountain Fiji. I just am so excited for her, even though she doesn't know what's going to happen yet.
Matilda Hun told me, I can't tell you. Mom's the word. I can't tell you else either. Anxious. It's like, like it's Christmas time waiting for the prize. And it's worth the wait.
We're here.
Oh my gosh. Kidding me. Oh my goodness.
Oh. That's okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
How do I look, girls? Hello? You go, dolls. You go, girls. We're from the world where there is no pity. Slam, bam, it's a wrestling jam. Come on, ladies, give us a jam with a big girl. And in the ring, we're gonna have fun and do our own thing. Oh, well, you don't go. You don't go. My gosh, look who's here. The man that I truly love, my Prince Charming. How you doing? How you doing? I'm fine, I'm fine. You know, I always had a crush on you. I truly was in love with this man. Do you know that I truly love Matt Cimber? From afar, I like savoring. Oh my gosh, he's so handsome. He's so... Yeah. But even though I heard rumors you're a womanizer, I didn't care. But you know, if I must say, to see every one of you today, I look at all your faces, and it brings back memories, such good memories. You can't get rid of the memories. And you know, even though there were good times, bad times, but this guy would say, you know what? If you don't like what you're doing here, there's the door.
Fiji had a very close relationship with Matt Cimber. She'd always call him Coach. I think a lot of the girls actually, when they saw how much Fiji really depended on Coach and really, yes, Coach, yes, Coach, yes, Coach, then a lot of the girls kind of started coming around and going, okay, you know, what's here? What do we need to respect?
Goodbye, everybody.
He treated me very well too, so, you know, it's hard to talk bad against him when he did so much good, but he was a prick.
Matt Cimber's creativity, and maybe even his mean, bossy director skills, all these innocent girls that were young and athletic and cute, the costuming, and then of course just the pizzazz of the set, being that it was pink and purple. It's just really, really a great thing that came out of that.
When I look back on Glow now, I think of it as being one of the most exciting times of my life. A lot of fun. Wish it didn't end. I still have this dream that maybe one day, just one more time, we'll get to do it again.
Being on that show, being a part of the history, being a part of it was the most fun I ever had in my life. Who knew, you know, that I'd be a gorgeous lady of wrestling.
You know, I'm not saying everything was sunshine and roses, but it was an amazing experience. I'm glad when I was 25 years old that I had this unique experience.
For those of us that, weren't at a university with a sorority, these are my sisters, man,
When I got married, my mom said, do you want the money or do you want the wedding? And I thought, I want the wedding because I want to be able to have those memories. The money's just going to go. And the memories of Glow are like that.
I knew that I would look back and be so glad that I did this, because whoever gets this opportunity, and how neat to have it with my best friend and my sister.
Whoever thought wrestling was going to become that big a part of our life? But we used to get so used to slamming your body into walls, and we would purposely slam against walls to toughen ourselves up. So when we would have parties, we'd be throwing each other around, hitting the walls. They'd call the police because we were making so much noise and people thought we were killing each other.
Of course, the industry, the lifestyle kills a lot of our dear friends way too young. So there's this whole part of me that's really mad at the industry, but I love the wrestlers and I respect them so much as these really talented people. What is it about us that makes us alike? What makes us alike is that we're different from most gals.
I'm gonna do my rhyme, my verse. We all had rhyme. Fiji, Fiji, I love to hear. Thank you, fans, you're all so dear. I'm always happy, I don't sing blues. When you're on my side, how can I lose? Hoi!
Here's the Glow crown. It's just like we are. It's a little battered, a little worn, not totally broken, but it still sparkles.
Just so many people. I am mama, and like I said, I am Big Bad Mama. I'm mama.
I had 3 things I wanted to do: TV, pose in Playboy, and give out an Academy Award. Well, I probably won't give out the Academy Award, but I've already done the other 2, and so I'm grateful for that. That was pretty fun.
When we'd interview, we would just start talking about something, and I would say, I feel very, very good about myself because I've lost weight. I've lost a significant amount of weight, and I think that you could stand to lose some weight also.
Well, it's not that I need to lose weight.
No, it is actually that you need to lose weight.
That
you're in denial.
It seems like it's shifted a little bit.
It's shifted and added.
No, it's not so much added.
No, it is so much added.
It took forever. I had glitter in my hair for 10 years after Glow ended. Glitter's like permanent.
We do know that all Americans are basically very lazy and are puny wimps. So I whipped them into shape.
It was really about just connecting again and trying to have that opportunity to tell each other how much we loved each other and how much we enjoyed working with each other.
Yeah, I like someone to come up to me and think I'm some feeble little old lady in a chair or whatever they think. And I'd like do just like this, and I'd go, oh yeah? Come on, take a piece of me, come on. Not all people sitting in wheelchairs are weak. Yeah, that's better. Ah! I'm getting fired up now. Come here. Come on, guys. Come on, camera guys. Come on. I need you. Come on.
That's awesome.
Now, my dear, we're going to test your reflexes. Reflexes, fine.
I heard California Doll invented a new type of parachute.
Yeah, it opens on impact.
And what would you say is the difference between Palestina and, say, Matilda the Hun?
Oh, about 200 pounds.
And when we're done, please don't be bitter, because all that's left is kitty litter.